In this lesson, we will cover questions from Unit 5, Section 5.5, Graphs of Relations and Functions. Question 1. What is the range of the graph? Keeping in mind that range is the dependent variable. It is the vertical axis or the y-axis. So if we look at our range, we're looking at the graph at how high and how low it starts. So we're looking from the bottom to the top. And we have to decide if it's an interval notation or if it's in the set notation. So if we look at our responses A, B, C, and D, we will notice that they are in interval notation. So we have to look and see if the point is included or not included. So if it's included, it's a square bracket. If it's not included, it is a round bracket. So let's look to see where the graph starts from bottom and where it ends from the top. So right here we can see that the oval type graph passes through -3 and goes all the way to +3. So our answer here would be C, between -3 and 3, where both points are included since the graph actually passes through those points. Question 2 is very similar. Determine the domain and the range of the graph in interval and set notation. So the best thing to do first is to find the interval notation, and that will help you set up your set notation. So we're just going to put D and R, D for domain and R for range. So we're going to look at our domain first, which includes the horizontal axis, the independent variable, or the x-axis. So looking from left to right on our graph, the graph will start at -4. Since it is a shaded dot, we're going to put a square bracket around -4. And we're going to keep going all the way across. The graph will end at this point here, which is +10. And again, that has a shaded dot, so we're going to have a square bracket. And let's keep going now with the domain and write our set notation. So from the interval notation, we know the graph is going to begin at -4 and end at +10. So our set notation is going to say x such that the graph is between -4 less than and equal to x less than and equal to 10, where x belongs to all real numbers. And we're going to put our set notation brackets on the end. Now our range is very similar. Our range is going to look at the vertical values, so the y-axis. We're going to start at the bottom first and work our way to the top. So if we take our lowest point and we go over, it hits the graph at -8. So we're going to have -8. Again, we're going to have a square bracket since the graph is including that point -8. And the graph will go all the way up to the highest point, which is at +9. So we put a square bracket on the end as well. And our range is going to be similar to the domain. It's going to be y such that the graph is between -8 less than and equal to y less than and equal to 9, such that y belongs to our real numbers. And that is our domain and our range for this function.